What's it been like not having Jason? I know he's been around, but it's different.
We miss him. He's not going to be working too much, I think, just Monday, so he should be in the building a little bit. Definitely a changing of the guard. We're working on a new offense, new communication, so Cam's been doing well. All the new guys coming in. There is no replacing Kels. Cam's not trying to be Kels, trying to be his own player. So it's been good, but we're gonna miss him.
Loss in Tampa, you said you'd like to step up more into a leadership role, with Jason probably being gone at that point. And yesterday, Stout said the same thing. Has seen you doing more with the young kids. I mean, how are you approaching this leadership role this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big talker or rah-rah any of that before games. Like just during the course of the week, I feel like there's a lot of young players that need to get in a routine and develop. And so, just like Jason Peters did to me, I'm trying to pass it down, how Todd Harriman's treated me, treat these new guys in so they feel comfortable and, they play fast right away. And that's kind of how I've been for the past few years.
You got a long way to go with Tyler, but what's that been like so far playing next to him?
He's been good. I mean, he's night and day stronger, than what he was last year. So he's put in the work. We have a lot of bodies, and as you know, OTAs there's limited contact. So everything's looking good, footwork, but we really won't tell till obviously training camp and we get the pads on.
How's your health? How's your body right now?
Good. I feel good. I'm confident that I got some really good years left. I haven't lost any mobility, any of that. No injuries last year, thank God. So, feeling good. I'm ready to roll.
What are your early some coaching transitions over the course of your career? How does this compare to those ones with new coordinators for the same?
Yeah, I mean, football's football. So, a lot of similar plays, just different terminology. So, trying to learn that on the fly. But I've done that before. But I think Kellen's been very good with his communication. Things have been going smooth, and so stuff that we weren't good at last year, we're working on, and I think we're looking forward to the new pieces that we have, getting Saquon involved. So, but no, it's been really fluid.
What's the best way to describe that new offense, Lee?
We have different packages. I think when you look at Dallas, they do a good job of mixing up tempo sometimes in games. Do a good job of pressing on the gas pedal when they need to, taking shots when you need to, quick game when you need to. So you just look at the places he's been, they've had success. But just a very smart individual, and I think he works well with our rest of our coaches, and the communication has been really good. So it's been a solid off season.
You see somebody like Mackay coming in, your first impressions of him?
Yeah, no, Mackay's a huge guy. A lot of potential, and he's probably had one of the best off seasons here. He's played some guard at times. He's done really well. Just a big, strong, powerful dude. So, I think he's going to help us a lot this year. Whether he plays tackle or guard, but a guy that big that can move that well, we definitely need him out there.
You're going into year 12 now. I mean, does what Jason did? I mean, you're only a couple of years younger than him. Does it get you thinking about? Maybe the end is somewhat near, and does that change your kind of maybe appreciation of the game and the daily routine?
As you get older, you try to, appreciate the time you have. I've said that in previous seasons, but it's been a transition. Not seeing him, Fletch in the building. I still got BG, definitely a huge transition. But my body feels really good. I couldn't say that a few years ago. I was really worried about some things, but I put in a lot of work and feel really good. So I'm hoping my mid-30s I can do what a few guys can, which is play well and keep at that level.
Do you have anything left to prove?
With the shifting that's gone on the offensive line, how different does it feel as a group, and how did you approach that?
Yeah, obviously missing Kels in there, but I think Kels did a good job, with helping out when he was here, and then really, as far as communication, Cam's taking ownership. Brett has playing center, and different guys. So I just feel like we have a really tight group. We have fun when we need to. We work hard when we need to, and we have a coach that doesn't let the foot off the gas pedal with us. So it's been fun. But right now it's all about communication, making sure we're fluid out there, on air, and then when training camp comes, it goes a lot easier.
We'll do a couple more and
At this
then we'll
point
get
in your career, what do you have left?
Change,
At this
do
point in your
those
career,
changes-
at this point in your career, what do you have left to prove?
I mean, a lot. I mean, I see, every year is a different challenge. As guys get older, they lose athleticism, they lose flexibility. I'm trying not to lose any of that. I'm trying to, look as I did when I was 27. It's hard, something that I work on every day. I work with our strength staff, obviously my trainer back home. So, yeah, I'm just trying to stay the same and stay consistent. And my job now is to, bring the young pups with me. So, but even, Jordan, Landon, those guys are taking leadership roles or have. You don't have to be in the league all that long. I just think with how they work and how they treat people has been tremendous. And, yeah, I'm really, really excited about this year.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was basically going to ask the same thing, do you see your goals changing at all, as you go into this season?
I just, it's been a while since I played a complete season. Missed a game here, missed a game there, so I would like to be there for every game. And, yeah, I mean, with the talent that we have, on paper we look really good. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to take it to the limit, whatever years I have left. And, yeah, that's really it.
Back from Panay Sewell.
Yeah, so we got to work on that. But no, I mean it's a challenge. I mean, lots of great tackles. But yeah, every year you're trying to be the best, competing with Trent, competing with Panay, Tristan, all those guys. So, but those guys help me play better. More the competition is, and that's how it's always been around here.
1:30, Snape, to answer your question.
Appreciate it.
All right, fire away, guys.
DeVonta, how often were you around in the OTAs? I guess the 2 times that we were here, you weren't here. Did you pop in at any point, or is this kind of your first?
Yeah, I popped in a few days, constant communication with the coaches. We had an understanding of what was going on. And, they were fine with what I was doing. I mean, the days I was here, and the days I wasn't, I was still engaged in the meetings and things like that.
What were you doing on offense? What are your thoughts on Kellen's offense so far?
I think it's going to be great. Get a new style of offense around. Let guys, not have more freedom, but be able to, do things that we weren't allowed to do. Move guys around, things like that. And overall, it's always to have a fresh start. Yeah.
Does that also mean that in terms of what the receivers have, where they line up, they can play different?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's always been playing, different positions and things like that. But, moving guys around, allowing guys to go out there and, create some one-on-one matchups and, win how they want to win.
Is that exciting to you at this point in your career, just to be able to do some different things?
Football is always exciting.
DeVonta, the little bit that we got to see of OTAs, John Ross's speed stood out. What's it been like for you to see it on the field?
He's fast, man. Like you said, he's a great guy. Being younger than him, kind of watching him when he was playing, always got it stood out. Being able to sink his hips at the top of the routes, get out breaks, and him just being a speed guy, it's just amazing.
How about the 2 rookies? Did you watch them when they were in college? Did you have impressions of them?
Yeah, great guys who I would say the best thing about them are they want to learn. They're always asking questions. They're always, when they're not in, they're engaging, looking, and they make sure that they ask every question that they have.
When it comes to that motion,
In the few weeks since you signed your deal, more receivers signed deals. Has your perspective changed at all on your contract?
Nah, man. Nah, you can't be counting the pockets of others. I'm where I want to be. This is where I wanted to be. And, at the end of the day, it was still life-changing for me. Those guys that have got their deals, they deserve it. Great players and great people. And, at the end of the day, we're all blessed.
when it comes to that motion, DeVonta, or even some of the bunch formations seem to be a little bit more of that. How does that helpful for you as the receiver?
I would say it just give you more space at times. When you get in bunches and things like that, guys don't press as much, and it kind of confuses the defense. So it just gives you more space and opportunity to do things.
DeVonta, what have you noticed out of AJ this offseason, the kind of offseason he's having and where his mentality is at?
I mean, he's the same guy. A guy that comes in, he's going to work. He's going to demand everybody to, work and play at the standard that he's playing at. you know, it was constant communication with me and him every day. Even the days I wasn't here, you know, we always get on the phone after practice. He'll tell me what happened, what things he don't like. You know, we'll watch film every now and then. And but overall, you know, he's the same guy, same leader that he's always been.
In terms of the third receiver spot in this offense, and who jumps out to you so far?
I mean, that's ultimately not my decision. So I'm going to leave that to the coaches.
Have you noticed any change in Jalen in the new offense, the offseason going into his 5th year?
I mean, kind of same guy. Guys, you know, lead by example. Goes out there, and I think right now at this time, everybody's still trying to figure it out. Everybody's still trying to get comfortable in the offense. So, you know, it's hard to just be like, oh, this guy's doing that, this and that, when everyone is kind of still trying to figure it out.
On that, getting comfortable, what is the realistic goal of this week for you?
For me personally, not being here every day, just getting my timing right with Jalen. That's one of the biggest things quarterbacks wide receiver is getting the timing right. So, you know, now that I am here for these 3 straight days, working out timing.
What have you seen from the two rookies that, you know, the Eagles took, Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, you know, in meetings or in film study, watching them? What have you seen from them?
I honestly haven't watched much of them. When I am watching film, I'm watching more of the guys in my room. So I haven't really just sat there and just watched them.
DeVonta, can I go off topic just a little bit? The Olympic trials are in a couple of weeks, and a guy that you spent time with in your room for the last couple of years, Devin Allen, is attempting again. What will it be like to watch him participate in those?
Always exciting, man. You know, Devin's great at what he do. And, you know, it was always exciting. Even when they had the relays up here, we went and watched. And, you know, it's exciting to see him come back for something like that and, you know, have the opportunity to do it. At the end of the day, I mean, that's what he wants. And that's probably what anybody wants, just to have the opportunity to do it.
You mentioned working on your timing with Jalen. Have you guys gotten together like during the offseason, and do you plan to again like during the break up until training?
It was just the days I was up here.
Okay.
What about the communication between you and Jalen? I mean, there were certain times when maybe in that playoff game, for instance, when you tried to check to a play at the line, you guys had to look. How's that been working? Has that been an area of focus for you guys?
I wouldn't say it's an area of focus. I mean, you have that at times. That's part of the game. You know, sometimes you're going to be throwing signals out and someone's not going to see it. That's just the flow of the game. That's just part of the game. That's not no thing where, oh, we're not on the same page. We're, you know, not talking and things like that. That's just part of the game. Sometimes you're going to want something and somebody's not going to see it.
Anything else?
With talking to Doug Nussmeier yesterday, he talked about in general the passing scenario like the threshold for plays typically around 2.3 seconds. Do you have a personal kind of timeline for yourself, the threshold that you look for?
Nah, I don't get into all that. I just go play football.
All right.
DeVonta, how much is the system new? Like, I mean, is the offense, are you just learning a brand new offense? Is that the way that you feel?
At the end of the day, football is football. Everybody runs the same thing, just call it things differently. So just getting used to the new terminology.
Do you have a way that you go about that?
Really just combine it with the old stuff until the new stuff just sticks to me.
Looking forward to your softball game this week.
I couldn't hear you.
Your softball game. Are you doing a charity softball game?
Yeah, June 29th.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Devonta, how permanent do you think this move to safety is, or are they just cross training you and we just only saw a couple practices?
No, I mean it's just more like a cross training. I mean I'm doing both. I'm learning. I know the nickel spot really well, and you know I feel like something that helped me in my career is to learn the safety spot. You know, as you get older, you get a little bit slower. So, but other than that, you know, I'm learning the safety spot and the nickel spot as well.
It's the first time speaking to you since you signed.
Oh yeah.
Those few weeks, what was that like, and what made you come back?
It was cool. It was a chill for me, really. I mean, I wasn't really sweating it too much. You know, when it's the off season, I'm kind of, you know, focused on my family and friends, and for the most part, because when it's season time, you know, it's a chance to, you know, we out here and we don't really get enough time to spend with them. But you know, coming back, you know, I'm excited. I'm here to compete and have fun. You know, win a Super Bowl.
Communication, just in terms of them wanting to have you come back throughout that process. And just...
No, I mean I talk to him all the time. You know, me and Howie kept a great relationship. And he you know, he told me if nothing don't work out there, you know, you're always welcome back here. And, I felt comfortable being here. I've been here for the last, 7 years now going into. So, Philly is my home. So, I'm definitely comfortable in, being inside this building, being on the field with the players and the coaches and, just being around this organization.
We know what you've gone through physically with the injuries. What's been the mental toll of all the surgeries and having to bounce back and rehab and that kind of endless cycle?
Yeah, that's definitely a mental thing. But I've been with a great amount of injuries. So me, this is what another thing I've been working on this off season is attacking my body, making sure I come back as healthy as possible. And I feel like this year is a great year for me because the past 2 years was the turf toe and I didn't really get to participate in OTAs or camp. This year I was able to go in the off season and get my body right, and I'm coming back fully healthy. Able to compete and participate in OTAs and camp. So I feel good.
Initially, when they first released you, Avonte, how much of a blow to your ego was that?
How much of a who?
Blow to your ego.
None. What do you mean? Blow to my ego. I know who I am. I know what I can do. I know how I can play on the field, and nothing ever is a blow to my ego. You know what I mean? Like me, that just makes me, work harder. You know what I mean? So it's never a blow to my ego. I know who I am. I know who I will be, and there's never be an ego shame to that. So.
Do anything differently to prepare, to be healthy this season, compared to past seasons? Or?
Yeah, just working on the injuries that I have had, and just getting stronger. Lifting heavier, and doing all the little things, running more, and doing all the little things that can get the tweaks out of them areas that's weak. I feel like that was the reason. That could have been a reason. Eating better, sleeping more. I mean, I got a freaking oil ring and a Whoop watch on, so I'm in bed at 9:00. So I'm doing all the little things that that can save me a little bit longer and help me out with the injuries.
There being some cross.
I'm good today. I'm at I checked it today. I was at 88% recovery, so I'm pretty high today. So I'm ready to go.
New
additions for you, and who encouraged you to try that?
They definitely new additions. I mean, Dallas had the Whoop watch. I already knew about the Oura ring, but Dallas had the Whoop watch. NFL also provides us with the Whoop thing. So just as another step forward to me. Being able to get ahead of the game. And I feel like sleep, eating, and preparing yourself is a big part of being successful in this league.
There's some obvious crossover between safety and nickel. What are some of the new things that I know you played there a little bit as a rookie, but what are some of the skills that are needed for you to kind of thrive at that position?
Well, right now I'm kind of mostly just working on my footwork because it's a little bit different than nickel and safety. You got, and vision-wise, you got a lot more vision in the back end than you are inside with the nickel spot. And, you just got different techniques and footwork you have to use back there at safety than I would use in nickel. So that's kind of been me and my biggest thing, me and JK, been our biggest thing focused on dealing with the safety spot in the back end. But other than that, I'm definitely comfortable. I'm definitely confident. I know all the calls. I know what to do. I know what to say. I know where everybody is at on the field. So, that's the only thing I really need to work on right now.
Gauge the complexity of Vic's scheme versus what you've been in previously.
Football is football. I mean, it's just I haven't played with this my first year playing with him. Great guy, old school, but definitely a great guy. And I'm excited to see how his scheme works on the field. And right now, I'm just taking the steps forward and learning it from the nickel and the safety spot. And, I mean, any spot I'm really at, I mean, I like to learn all the spots, to be honest, because then it helps me a lot when knowing where everyone is. But, I feel like that's the big part about it right now is just, getting the feel of each other and, learning each other, creating that relationship with each other. So, the trust and, it'd be fun.
What stands out to you about Quinyon and Cooper?
You said what?
What stands out to you about Quinyon and Cooper?
Oh, yeah, them two is cool. They don't talk too much, but I try to get them to talk a little bit. But, they definitely great competitors, great players, good footwork, fast. You can jump out the gym. I mean, you can name it all across the board. And, I look at them and I'm just like, man, I need them young legs again. But, they definitely explosive, definitely fast. And, it's going to be fun competing with them. And, I'm excited to see how they do this year.
We got to talk to Christian a little bit yesterday. He said safety specifically was very communication heavy in this scheme. Is that?
It's communication heavy everywhere. I mean, you got to be able to talk when you're on the field, no matter if you're, I don't know about a D-line, they kind of like right up in front. But, linebackers, nickels, safeties, corners, everyone should communicate. But it's definitely a role-playing spot in the safety spot where you have to talk a lot.
More from Cooper as far as the nickel position is concerned when he's lined up there.
He's been doing good. He's been playing inside and outside. And, he's definitely been able to, had a mental capacity to learn both spots, and that's encouraging to see. Kind of reminds me of me when came in here as a rookie, just learning in both spots and getting moved around. And I'm like I said, I'm excited to see what he does. He's definitely athletic, definitely smart, and he's definitely been playing well in the nickel spot.
CJ came back, Avonte, when CJ came back, there was a perception that the defense was maybe missing some nastiness last year. Do you think that that's fair?
Definitely adding CD is definitely bringing some nastiness. He's a great player, very talkative. Definitely, bringing some hurrah back to the defense. We're excited to have him back. I'm excited to have him back. It was fun playing with him 2 years ago. So, just having him back out there, hearing his voice, hearing the vocal point from his side is definitely encouraging. Yep.
Hey, Bryce, the last time we talked to you, you were still kind of learning your way around here. What has the last couple of months been like for you, and how at home are you feeling?
It's been pretty good. Just getting acclimated to the city, roads, the people. It's been a nice experience.
What do you think of did you say roads?
I'm just saying, like, learning my way around town and stuff like that.
When you look at the system now, you got a better sense of it. How similar is it to the one you ran with the Jets? How different is it, and how comfortable are you getting with it?
Yeah, it's fairly similar to just the fact that, like, it's rush oriented. Like, we have a lot of synergy together as a D line already, and I feel pretty good about the scheme. Yeah.
What do you feel about Vic's?
How long does it take to get that synergy?
It just depends on the people. I feel like we mesh well, just as the type of people we are as a collective. We're hard workers, and I feel like us just being dialed in has led to us being able to work well together already.
Connection to the tackles, mostly for you?
Just everybody on D line. Yeah.
What are your impressions of Fangio so far, and his scheme and the way that he goes about his business?
He's locked in every day when we do our meetings. He's on every detail, from safeties to corners to linebackers to D line. So he's locked in. He has a vision for what we're going to be doing, and I'm excited.
How is his vision beneficial to edge rushers?
He puts us in a great position to be able to make plays and impact the game in big ways. So.
What are your early impressions of Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis?
Great young guys, hard workers. They're locked in like everybody else. So I'm excited to play with them.
At the first press conference, Hassan was still with the team. Obviously, he's been traded since then. How do you view your role, or how has that view changed since that trade?
It hasn't necessarily changed. My mindset has always just been to come in and whatever the coaches give me to execute on the field, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. So it hasn't really changed much.
In the off-season prep for perhaps more snaps as on the edge, how do you prepare for that? How do you continue to do that through the summer?
Just the same way I've always prepared. Just honing in on my conditioning and winning, staying strong, doing a lot of injury prevention work, and just staying dialed in on my details, really.
When you look at the other younger edge rushers like Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt, what are you seeing from those guys? Do you see a lot of yourself as a younger guy in those guys? Yeah, definitely, especially like in their athleticism, just coming out of school. Nolan coming in year two, like they're extremely athletic and have every trait you need to be a top edge rusher in this league and a top edge in general. So I'm excited to work with them this year.
What can you tell us about Mekhi from your time with the Jets and working against him?
Yeah, so Mekhi's had a hard journey just dealing with injuries here and there, but he's here, he's healthy, he's leaned out a little bit, and he's ready to work. So I'm extremely excited to get to work with him this year and help us get better every day during practice.
How much of a guy has Brandon been?
He's been a huge help for me already. Just him being being here and having tips about the city and just how to maneuver, and then also like within the defense, him just knowing, being on his details, being able to help me as far as like coverage and stuff like that goes, and different things that I can be aware of within the scheme.
How much are you dropping in the coverage in New York?
I dropped every now and then. I did a lot of QB spy, had to peel with backers and stuff like that.
Back to Vic for a second. A lot of the other guys had referred to him as old school in terms of his approach. How do you respond to that? Is that something, is that A, fair, and B, is that the kind of coaching that you respond well to?
Yeah, definitely. I respond well to any kind of coaching, but Vic is definitely old school in the sense that like hard work will get it done, and I fully believe in that. So
Early, but to follow up on the dropping in coverage, Vic's kind of known to do that a little bit more. Do you get a sense that's going to be a little bit more here?
yeah, definitely. Just because we rarely dropped into coverage in New York, but here is definitely be a little bit more mixed into the scheme. But yeah.
What's your level of comfortability dropping?
I feel like I'm fairly comfortable with it. Just continuing to learn the details and continuing to sharpen my own skills when it comes to that. But I'm comfortable with it.
There's been some shifting player leadership in this offseason as a new guy. Been a couple months into this now. How do you navigate that yourself?
I mean, I just put my best foot forward every day, and I show up and put full effort out there. So just hopefully the younger guys see how I work and try to implement that within their own process.
Has there been an edict that that Washburn has given you guys in the room? Like, is there something he's really having you guys focus?
Has there been a?
Oh, when it comes to Wash, when it comes to in terms of what he's focusing on this minicamp, has there been something that he's specifically telling you guys to focus on?
Not necessarily. We've just been really locked in on our details as a whole, whether it's rush or coverage or stopping the run.
Do a couple more. Given your contract and expected role, do you feel more pressure going into this season than you have before?
Not necessarily, because I've always trained with the mindset of like it only takes one play for somebody to get hurt, God forbid, or somebody miss a game. So I've always practiced to be fully prepared for any opportunity. So I'm just taking that same process into this year and playing my role.
Going back to something you hinted on there a little bit at the end, Jalen Carter was up here last week and he talked about the fact that everybody's so young on this defense, and yet you all are still trying to help each other and find that leadership role. You being a new guy, how's that been for you? And is there anything that you can kind of mentor some of the younger players about?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like a big part of my success throughout my career has been just the process. So helping the younger guys with the process as far as body work, how they watch film, pre-practice prep, and then also on the field, just having things that I would do consistently that have helped my game elevate. So I've just definitely been trying to put the young guys on game as far as little things they can do to improve.
To follow up on something you mentioned about the defense. You said rush-oriented. What do you mean by that?
Just like we got to put the QB down to win games. So at the end of the day, like that's a focal point for us as a D line. We have to impact the QB. So
we gonna rock though.
Questions for Zack?
Zack, you had sort of a reputation of playing on the edge and all-ball both, and Vic kind of said he thinks you can be an all-ball linebacker. Why do you think he went that direction, at least early?
I have no clue why he went that direction, actually. I could do a lot of different things, and if that's where Vic sees me, and he's studied my film, he's watched me, he's seen me in the league and in college, he's seen what I can do, and if he thinks that's a good spot for me, that's where I'll be.
Was there a
Did it
conversation?
surprise you? Did it surprise you when you were lining up there a lot in the spring?
No, it really didn't. Like I said, I have so much experience at inside and outside. Like, no matter where they put me now, I'm a football player. Like, I'm just gonna play.
You were saying earlier this week about how being inside was must see you in pass coverage against, like you said, playing in pajamas out there the way it is right now. How do you feel in coverage? How do you in this offense, and how do you think that plays to yourself as a player?
Yeah, Vic's scheme it's very eerily similar to this same scheme we ran at Wisconsin. I'm just doing it from the inside linebacker position now. But the position I'm playing is I'm very comfortable playing situationally, and then we're practicing against one of the top offenses in the league. Like, I'm going up against dogs at every position. Like, I'm going to get better and better and better each week, each day, practicing against these guys.
Speaking of coverage, in terms of what is it like from your vantage, from a linebacker's vantage, covering Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, he's explosive. He can make a lot of plays. when the ball's not in his hands, when it's in his hands. So, like I said, just like training against these guys every day, you really got to be on your P's and Q's, and your technique has to be perfect every single time.
Similarities that you see between Vic's scheme and the Wisconsin one?
Our DC at Wisconsin is Jim Leonard. I don't know if he coached, if Vic coached him in Baltimore, or if it's just from that Baltimore realm, from that lineage. But some of the blitzes, the aggressiveness, some of the things that we do in coverage are very much the same.
Communicated to you that expressed excitement about rushing from the edge. Like that's something you said to us. Are you still expecting to get that opportunity, or do you view yourself now as an inside back?
I'm not expecting anything. Like Coach Bobby King said, like, we got pajamas on. If there's opportunity to practice my coverage right now, that's what I want to do. Like, I'm trying to get better at everything, and even after practice, I'm working on my pass rush just in case. Like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm just here to compete and get better in every way.
How was it communicated to you that you would be off ball, at least for now?
I was just put with the inside linebacker coach. Yeah.
Was there any level of disappointment about it though? Because you were pretty excited to get the chance to rush. It seemed.
No disappointment. I've been playing inside backer for 4 years. Like, I feel like I can do a lot of different things, and there's no disappointment. Like, in Vic's scheme, there's always opportunities to rush the passer from inside and do a bunch of different cool stuff. So, no, I'm chilling.
For an off-ball linebacker, what are some of the advantages that come from having that type of length? Possible disadvantages?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where the league is going, to a bigger body, fast inside linebacker. The length mostly to keep offensive linemen's hands off you, and then just having the speed to be able to cover ground.
I kind of mean this in a general sense because I don't understand from a player perspective as a free agent. Is that part of the conversation that you would want to know whether you're outside or inside, or was you just looking for an opportunity?
Just looking for an opportunity. Like, I have reps and I've played in this league, but I'm just looking for another opportunity to really make a difference and have the opportunity to go out there and get some quality time.
In the time since you signed, have you had communication with Andrew Van Ginkel about the way he was used last year?
No, I'll hit him up this summer because I know people see us as a very similar player, which we are, and he did play inside as well. People don't know that, but I'll hit him up this summer and just pick his brain a little bit.
What have been your impressions of Devin White getting to play alongside him?
Yeah, I love that guy. Like, he's a leader. He's vocal. He knows the game really well. He corrects you when you're wrong. He's looking to be corrected as well. And playing next to Demario Davis in New Orleans and Devin White, two really good linebackers, you can really see the similarities in the two of them.
How about Trotter? I know the pads aren't on yet, but any early impressions of him?
Yeah, he's a smart dude. Like, he really knows ball. He really dove into his playbook. And when he's out there, he's confident, and he's making communication and talking like he's been in this system for a while now. So he's doing a really, really good job.
What do you like with Bobby King? You said he was going to have a visit with you in Wisconsin, but COVID messed it up. I mean, what is your prior relationship with him?
Yeah, I had my pro day at Wisconsin right before the COVID shutdown, and he was actually one of the only visits that I got to do. He came to Madison, and we got lunch and sat and talked for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, just about ball and life. And so to be reunited here with him is a really cool opportunity.
Nakobe's just coming back from his injury, but what kind of impression have you gotten from him and how he could potentially lead as the Mike linebacker?
What just my thoughts on Nakobe?
Yeah, your thoughts on him. Obviously, he's just coming back from the injury, so you haven't gotten that much time on the field with him, but your thoughts, impression behind the scenes in meeting rooms, things like that.
Of Nakobe, okay. He's my locker neighbor, good dude. The first person when I came to sign, he dapped me up, said, let's get to work, and that's just what we've done. We bounce ideas off each other in the locker room. One of my closer friends on the team, for sure.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.